he said, how does it make you feel that you spend £40,000 and you still look the way you do? I've had 6 BBLs, 5 boob jobs, a tummy tuck, a gastric sleeve, 6 rounds of liposuction.
And are you done?
No. And a lot of the influencers who you'd know of, they're on TV shows, were paid by them to actually attack me on Instagram.
Hi guys, welcome back to Tea at 4. I'm Christy.
And I'm Lauren, and this is the podcast where we talk all things that should have stayed in the group chats. Yeah. And for today's episode, we are joined by a special guest.
Woo, woo.
We are joined by Shannon.
Hello.
Looking absolutely stunning.
Marvellous. Very glam on this Monday morning as we shoot right now. But basically, our guest here today calls herself on TikTok the Botched BBL Queen. This is your words, not mine.
Yeah.
Just not being rude. So would you mind giving us some context to that for our audience?
I literally just wanted to wind some people up on TikTok.
The drama.
I get called botched enough. So I just thought I'd brand myself the Botched BBL Queen.
Incredible. So you kind of document online that you've had a lot of surgeries.
Yes.
Would you mind talking us through what you've had done?
I've had 6 BBLs, but 7 have been corrections.
Wow.
I've had 5 boob jobs, a tummy tuck, a gastric sleeve, and I've had 6 rounds of liposuction.
And are you done?
No.
Can I ask what motivated you to get these things done? Was it aesthetic? Was it confidence? Some people say they get enhancements for the male gaze. I'd just be really interested.
No, I was literally, at the time I was working for somebody else. I was working 9 to 5. I was on my break and I just wanted my boobs done at the time. And I said to my boyfriend, if I lose a stone, I'll get my boobs done. So I was looking at like Maya for like the finance and stuff. Then as I was on my break, I opened my phone and I seen an influencer who had tagged that she had her boobs done, but then she said she had a BBL and I didn't know what that was at the time. And she tagged the company, so I went on their page. And so I thought, it says on there like, oh, if you contact us on WhatsApp, we'll let you know a price. And so I just asked them for the boobs, but they ask you to send full photos of yourself completely naked, like everything out, even if it's just for boobs. So I thought it was a bit, yeah.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute.
Like everything out, no underwear, completely everything, back, front, side and side. So I was like, well, this influencer's gone, I can't be too tired.
No.
So I set up my phone and I took bollock naked pictures.
Oh my God.
And I sent them over and they were like, yeah, you need liposuction, you need a BBL. You need a tummy tuck. So it went from £2,000 for a boob job to £6,000, but that was for liposuction everywhere, boob uplift, boob job, and then a tummy tuck as well. And then I set a date for 10 days later and I was flying out there.
Wait.
So there's no research done.
Can I just ask, how old were you when you first decided to get
21.
21?
Yeah, I was 21.
Did you agree with all those things? Like going into
I
initially,
was
you just wanted.
they were feeding into my delusion. I was like, yes, like it was so cheap, and I was just like, am I gonna be like Pamela Anderson coming out? And that was one of my questions. And they said, yeah. And I was delusional enough to want to give them my money to do it, and they were feeding the delusion. I was happy for them to do that. Of course, I am.
Who is this replying as well? Is this a doctor or is this
No, this was just the owner of the company.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So I send you a picture and you tell me you need X. So you're now listing all the things that you might not even be insecure about because you just wanted your boobs, right?
Yeah, literally.
And all of a sudden it's like, and now you're thinking, oh, maybe I do need it.
Yeah, and I was thinking, well, if I can have a bigger bum, why not?
Yeah.
If I can have a smaller waist, why not?
Yeah.
It's only £4,000 extra.
Wow.
So I was just like, I'd be stupid not to. And they were just like, yeah, you know, you're a size 18 now, you'll come out a size 6 because we're going to snatch you. And I was that delusional. I was willing for them to tell me what I wanted to hear. So that was literally done with them on my hour break. It was booked, the flights were booked, everything in an hour breaks. Yeah. And I was out there 10 days later. Yeah.
Can I ask, I mean, you've mentioned cost here. How much have you spent on surgeries altogether
in total,
at this point?
About £56,000. Yeah. And it's still not done.
No.
Not by choice.
No.
Not by choice.
Yeah, so, I mean, by starting off with these things and everything that came out after in terms of cost, what happened? Why were things needing to be corrected?
It was after my first ever surgery. I had a cardiac arrest whilst I was under, and when I came around, my nipple was necrotic, so I was in pain straight away. So this nipple had to be unstitched. It was unstitched for 5 days, and they put a cotton pad over it to keep it on. So I was in a hospital and my nipple was hanging off. Literally, it was hanging off. It had 1 stitch left on the nipple for it to regain the blood flow. And they just put like the cotton pads, the round ones. It was just stuck on with that. That was it.
Is that medically?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I was allowed out of hospital after 2 days. I went back to the villa. And I said to them, at the time I didn't have a tummy tuck either because the surgeons thought I was too young and I hadn't had kids yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't end up having the tummy tuck. So I said to the owner when I got back, I was like, I haven't had a tummy tuck, so you need to refund me for that. But also, this has happened. I told him my nipple was still hanging off because I had to wait 2 weeks before they'd stitch it back on.
Yeah.
And obviously, my BBL had gone really wrong as well. And he laughed. He thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Stop.
Yeah.
That's it. What's his name?
What's the address?
No, he thought it was absolutely hilarious. He was just like, oh, it's all right. It'll be stitched back on. Don't worry about it. It was normalised out there. Like, you were made to feel crazy if you thought you were being treated wrong. Like, obviously, I was like, my nipple's hanging off.
Yeah.
My bum's gone wrong. I've had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Like, and he was just like, oh, you're all right. You're fine now. Don't worry. It's kind of, it's like gaslighting you. Like, it's not their fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, but
So-
you're the
and-
one that highlighted I needed X, Y, Z. Do you know I'm getting mad? I'm ready to fight for you.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight.
But did you have an advocate there? Because I think a lot of people go out there alone.
So I've only been out there with a person once, which
Okay.
at the time, I did.
Yeah.
But she didn't know what to expect either. I mean, we were both
Yeah.
21, and when they're telling you that you're fine and you're not really meant to be angry at them because things have gone wrong, you kind of just let it go. So when I was out there, I wasn't. I don't think I was aware of the severity of what had happened to me. Definitely not until I got home and things got worse as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of gaslight you into thinking that it's your fault and it's not their fault. And then when you get home, that's when they're just like, oh yeah, we'll make sure you have the proper aftercare. But then you go home and they block you, which is what happened to me.
You were blocked.
Yeah. Because when I got home, after a month, my boobs completely dropped. So the uplift completely dropped because they weren't put in right. And then the nipples opened back up, all the scarring underneath opened back up. I developed a hernia from the liposuction, so that had to be corrected. And they put the fat at the top of my back to create a BBL, but it was in my back and on my bum. And when that had dropped, it leaked into my legs.
No.
So then it all come down, which is why the title on the Sun is Cone Bum, because obviously it ended up going into a cone down there. So they did promise me a revision surgery, which I did have before they blocked me, but the surgeon had blocked me. He wasn't happy to redo my surgery. Because at the time he was their most famous surgeon, and he is the most famous surgeon in Istanbul.
Really?
Yeah.
And are people aware of, like, because I'd leave a Google review first things first.
Oh yeah. People know, like, so me and the company had, after my second correction, because it was still wrong, we had a bit of an Instagram war going on.
I mean, that's how you get things done in
yeah.
2024.
And a lot of the influencers who you'd know of, they're on TV shows, were paid by them to actually attack me on Instagram, because they have since apologised for that argument. But they were putting on their Instagrams like, they'd never do that. She's telling lies. I was there when she was there. I was like, no, you weren't. But they have since apologised for that. But the company did pay them to put out lies when we were having the disagreement publicly.
I don't think an apology cuts it.
Yeah.
That's surely
No, it doesn't.
legally not.
No.
And it's like,
Not at
knowing
all.
your truth, but then obviously because these people have such big like appearances online, who's gonna believe you if there's like XYZ influencers?
Yeah.
So that's
I
like,
kept the receipts, mind. I mean,
As
it's
you
been
should.
6 years, but I've still kept them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've kept them from the argument and from the apology 2 years later, yeah. Because I think it's, it's important to, if I ever want to share them, because they did
Sure.
lie.
Yeah.
And I was made out to be a liar.
That is horrific. I'm so sorry you
No, it's
went
fine.
through that.
well, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
Well, you let me
We're
know.
going
You
together.
call me. I'll be there.
So you mentioned going into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anything else happened on that scale whilst you've been in surgery?
So yeah, my bum went up into my back and into my legs. And obviously,
how does that?
So they kind of followed like my love handles, and instead of like mapping where my bum was, because my bum was so flat, I had no bum at all. They kind of just like added it on to the love handles of my back and created a bum from there. So that's how big it was. So
In your hips?
It was in my hips. Yeah.
Fair.
Do you want to see?
Yeah. I mean, did they not? Wow.
Do they not? Have they seen a bum before where that's supposed to go?
Can you see?
Oh my
gosh.
Like how does a
how did they?
How?
Come on, guys.
And do you think they stepped away from that afterwards and were like, smashed it?
Yeah.
We'll show her that.
Perfect. Amazing.
They were just like, yeah, that's amazing. And this is what happened to my boob. Remember I said that all the stitches were coming undone?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's a lot. It was crazy.
Oh my
How
gosh.
do you keep yourself composed after seeing all those like the stitching and stuff? Like, don't you? Obviously, you said you don't really worry, but was there any sense of like, oh my god, what have I done? When you see the kind of like the soreness,
especially when you're swollen like that, it's absolutely insane. I mean, I just cry constantly and just literally crying, and then I'm angry, and that's when I start to have the arguments with the owners and the surgeons, because you're dosed up on pain meds, you're in pain because the pain meds that they only give you is paracetamol. You're seeing all of this, you're swollen. Yeah, literally paracetamol. That's all they give you. Is
that doesn't even do my period pains.
I know, exactly, and that's meant to do your tummy tuck and your BBL and your lipo. Like, it's painful. You're very irritated because the garments are irritating to wear, and I think they actually make me more angry because I'm squeezed into them. I'm in such an awkward position, and then you're not even happy. So you're kind of just like, why am I squeezed into this thing when I'm not happy anyway? Wow. So you start having to go at them, then you start getting angry. But it's terrible. It makes you really, really angry. I'm normally quite chill, but with surgery, I'm not at all. I'm nasty when I've had surgery because I'm just thinking, what's the point?
Well, no wonder. It's your body.
Yeah. I'm literally squeezed into it like a bloody sausage coming out about to be pricked out of a thing. Honestly, that's what you feel. You feel like a sausage in an oven. You're about to be like fucking pricked and coming out of the thing, and it's not even worth the pain.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Like, this is my first ever BBL, so you can see it better there.
Wow. I don't think that looks bad though.
Oh, it is.
I do get what you mean with the hip and the thing. Like, they should have at least given you where's the hourglass?
The
Where's
transition.
the smoothness?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like how big it is though for a first timer as well. I think that's pretty big, isn't it? And this is how I was left. This was just before my tummy tuck, so you can see like. And at that point, I spent £40,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
The cheek of them.
Yeah. It's bad, isn't it?
So you've had your surgery.
Yeah.
You've just had a cardiac arrest. You've also were you in a coma? What?
No. So they revived. It was the cardiac arrest during surgery. And then the only treatment I had after that was for the nipple that was necrotic.
Right.
They didn't bother treating anything else. They just kept me in hospital for extra 2 nights, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah. Just don't move, basically. I remember the nurse coming in. She was like, "You moving? You moving?" And I was like, "No, I can't." Because she was like, my heart rate's going so fast, and I was like, I literally can't even get up. I still had a catheter in, so I had no need to get up anyway. But I had lipo in my arms, like, and God, you can't use your arms after lipo. It's like you got no feeling in them. So I was just laying there like this, and she was like, have you been moving? And I was like, no.
Do I look like I'm moving?
Yeah.
Hello.
But I didn't have any like follow up ECGs, nothing like that. I have over here because I've got tachycardia now. So I can't walk up the stairs and stuff without getting out of breath. So I've got a lot of health issues from the first one now, but obviously it wasn't all confirmed until I was back in the UK. Yeah, which they weren't happy about. The NHS told me that they were going to charge me and stuff like that. I think obviously because I was using the resources and I'd just been to Turkey. And the woman at the A&E said to me, she's like, "You're the 5th person this week to come in from Turkey." And that was my first ever time, so I was like, oh, things must be going wrong.
Jeez, does that happen a lot? People have heart attacks from plastic surgery?
Yeah. Actually, cardiac arrest and heart attacks, I think, are probably one of the most common things to happen out there, actually, I believe. Because they're like wrong medications and stuff being given. Like a woman in the villa with me had a heart attack because she was given the wrong medication. She was fine after surgery. It went really well. But the nurses, they're not nurses either, are they? They're just girls employed by the villa to give out medication. So they're not nurses. they're just girls that work in the villa.
Yeah.
And they give her the
Actresses.
wrong, actresses. Yeah, they're liars. They're actresses.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they give her the wrong medication. She had a heart attack. She's fine, but obviously it's besides the point, isn't it? You can give her the wrong medication.
Yeah, that would.
Like, you know,
Jesus.
it's just no duty of care at all.
Yeah.
And, don't get me wrong, some of them are great, some of them are amazing, but for the majority, they lack severely. Yeah.
It's given like you actually have to know your medical history back to back.
Yeah.
You need to know what you're allergic to, do all the tests that you can do here, and then go there backed up where it's like, I've given you guys the proof. I've listed you X, Y, Z of what I can take, what I can't take.
Yeah.
So if you guys mess me up, you're liable for whatever you guys have done to me.
Well, I remember saying to one of the nurses out there, I said I've got a seroma, which happens a lot in Turkish surgeries.
What is that?
Really common. It's built up fluid, and you have to get it drained out. And she didn't know how, and luckily I am trained in it. So I was draining my own seroma, buying my own needles. She didn't know how to empty my drain, so I was emptying my own drain.
No.
Then, because the drains are stitched in, they hold it on by a stitch. She didn't know how to cut the stitch. I had to cut my own drain and pull my own drain out of me. Oh my god, it was wild.
So imagine the girls that don't know any of this.
Yeah.
And then
Are they dying? Like what?
The girls are nurses.
No. But like if you can't drain your own body, sure, like that's infection. That's leading to.
Yeah. Well, if they get full and they got to come back, that can go really wrong. Yeah, you need to know how to properly drain and squeeze it out and keep the air squeezed when you close.
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah,
know
you should.
They should know, because again, these nurses who are hired by the companies to look after you either in a hotel, if you stayed in a hotel, or if you stayed in a villa, they are just like me and you in an everyday job for them.
Wow.
They're not qualified at all.
No.
You could walk into it. I could walk into it. You know.
Yeah.
It's they just get given the job out there. There's no medical background. Yeah.
God. And would you mind quickly touching on so when you're in surgery, you're completely out of it. You're supposed to trust the people in the room who are looking after your body.
Yeah.
And what did you say happened in the liposuction situation? They took out more than you bargained for? Or?
Yes. So I was in for mega liposuction, but usually it's around about 8.
Mega, is that the medical term?
Well, that's what they called it on their page anyway. Mega lipo. So mega lipo is around about 8 litres minimum. That's for the whole body. And I know when you're having a tummy tuck, on the tummy especially, 2 to 3 litres is maximum. I had 15 litres of fat.
1.5. Did they not know how to?
Fine.
Did they know how to count? Because from 3 to 15, that's a huge jump.
Yeah, it's massive.
They're freestyling at that point.
Yeah,
Literally.
But they are. I mean, like, look at this arm, saggy. Like, look how saggy that arm. Look how different it is.
Yeah.
Can you see? Like,
I mean, to your eye, you'll see it, but it's like
oh, it's.
But where do they find that extra 8?
Oh, they done my knees as well. They done my fanny as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, they just. I didn't even ask. I don't know why my knees are like liposuction.
I didn't even ask me.
It wasn't like. I didn't think it was.
They were just fucking making up time at that point.
They were harvesting it from everywhere.
So like when you wake up, you're like, okay, did they tell you after we've taken it from X, Y, Z? You're thinking,
Oh, you can tell it's swollen a bit, but I mean, it's out there. He had a mind of his own at that point.
And when you look down and you see your knees like as skinny as hell, you're like,
oh, they were saggy. I got up and the skin just folded over. I was just like, why is my knees done? They were just like, they're fat. I was like, wait, really? Honestly, everywhere. They were from my calves, my knees, fanny, back, arms, any place, my neck. I've had lipo on my jaw 5 times.
Were you glad? Did you wake up and you were like, actually, thank you for that extra 10 kilograms you took out of me?
No, because of the loose skin. And it's just, it wasn't taken properly and evenly. I mean, my one hip's bigger than the other, as it is. The one arm's fatter than the other. It's just, they just grabbing it from any
No,
point
they're
they can
cheeky
get it.
and they're greedy.
Yeah.
What?
It is greedy.
It's greed.
Yeah. I mean, I was having a bum correction. They could have took it all from my ass, but they didn't.
We'll go for knees instead.
Yeah. It literally went for the knees. I mean, if they could take it from a toe, they would take it from
I was just about to ask. I've got fat toes, so do you want to take it from my toes?
Could you imagine?
Yeah, literally. I'm a size 5, but I can't fit into my feet no more. What's going on? Yeah, so we take it from your toe. Oh, okay.
Jesus.
No,
Wow.
they would take it from your toe if they could. They absolutely would.
Oh my god.
Anyway, to harvest some fat.
Yeah. Mega.
Yeah.
the name in it.
Literally.
That is mega. Brilliant.
Nice.
Wow. When I had a gastric sleeve last year, I woke up, my stomach was in a bag next to me on the bed. Because I cut 80% of it away. I might have a picture. Hold on, let me see.
Wait, Shannon, wait. Your stomach was sitting, like, laying beside you.
Yeah, it was a stomach. It was in a bag right next to me. Let me see if I can find it because I want to make sure I can back it up to show you.
Your camera roll must be fucking wild. If your son's having a scroll on that big screen.
No,
he's used to it now.
I can see myself on a drunken night out. Imagine if I had, I'd be like, guys, okay, and then this happened. I'll be just laughing, guys. This happened.
And look at my toe.
This is my knees.
I remember that was the last ever surgery I've had, and I remember the surgeon saying to me, "It's like it was only 40 minutes long," and I was trying to fight the people putting me down because all of my veins are shot. Like I can't, like they could never draw blood from me. The last time I had to have the blood put in me, the transfusion. I've been speaking so much I can't think. It was going through my toes, it was going through my neck, but all my veins in my feet are burst, my hands have burst everywhere. Like they can't draw blood from me, and you can never give me medication either, which is why it takes me so long to come around from anaesthetics. They can never bring me round.
Yeah.
And I will not I got phobia of wrists, so nobody can touch my wrists.
Right.
Can't. And the only place left for them, because if it doesn't go in my thumb, because usually they do my thumb in Turkey, if it doesn't go in there, it got to go in the wrist. And I was bollock naked. I was like Jesus on a bed. I was getting strapped down like this. So my head was strapped. They were about to strap this arm, and they were about to put it in my wrist. I was going, no, don't you dare! And I was actually bollock naked. I didn't have a cover on me. My tits were still pointing this way. And I was just like, don't you dare. I was like, do not touch my wrist. And they didn't speak English. The surgeon wasn't in there yet.
No.
I was going like this, and my head was strapped back, and I was going, no, like this. And as she's about to put it in, I got my hand free, I unstrapped my head, and I sat up. I was like the Exorcist on this metal bed, and there was hardly any room for me. They laid me back down and strapped me back, and I remember the guy looking at me, and they were really annoyed at me at this point because I was fighting them. He just shoved a mask on me, and I just went to sleep, and they obviously went in my vein. But I think to get me back, I woke up with the pipe still down my throat. I was going, my eyes were open, they're looking at me, and it took a little bit too long to get that out of my throat. I think I pissed off so much that I was just thinking, this is
she's acting in it.
Yeah. Because looking at him, I'm like this, looking at him. So he kind of looked down at me and just went, and then took it out. And I thought, yeah, you done that on purpose. I pissed you off during that, didn't I?
Sorry,
I was fighting them.
You're saying this with a giggle behind your throat.
Is
this not traumatic? To a degree?
Not anymore.
Right. You're desensitized, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I can't be traumatized by it anymore, none more than what I have done. Let me get these up for you, the Google photos. Yeah, it's just hard to be traumatized by it anymore. I think I've been really, really low over it. I mean, ridiculously low. Mm-hmm. I think now I've got myself out of being so low, it's hard to kind of go back in there. But I've hit really, really bad depression. Yeah. And because I don't allow myself to be that way anymore, I just find it all funny now, I think.
Yeah, fair.
Because I've kind of healed that trauma, so I think it is funny to me in a way, yeah.
Good. Rather that than crying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. God, I've cried so much I could have swam to Turkey.
Okay.
Oh, let's see.
Oh my Christ.
It's actually in a
bag. That looks like a rat in a bag.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That, if anyone at home, I don't know if we can even show this. It looks like a hairless roll mat.
Oh my
God. In a bag.
Isn't that crazy?
That is shocking.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's bad, isn't it?
So you're on Ozempic?
Yes.
This is a UK thing. We thought this was...
It's American only.
Did you?
Yeah.
No. So as long as you can get a prescriber to prescribe it to you, there's private pharmacies that will sell it to you. And because I'm in the beauty industry, I had to do... It's so stupid. You could do courses to be qualified in Ozempic to sell it to other people. Right. So then you have your own prescriber. Day or night, you send them their form, they'll prescribe it, and then you've got it. Then you have to go through a prescriber, so it's all legitimate. They have to fill in a form.
Wow. How are you finding it?
I haven't had it since yesterday, and I'm not even a little bit hungry, honestly, because it takes away your taste buds. It takes away everything, like your sense of smell. It takes away my sense of taste as well. I can't taste anything.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, can't taste a thing when I'm on Ozempic. If I don't inject it for 2 weeks, I can taste again. As soon as I inject it, I've got a severely dry mouth. So it's really weird. I don't know if that's everybody's side effect. That's mine anyway. Yeah.
How often do you have to do the injections?
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Do you know a lot of people that are on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. God, almost everyone in the valleys is on Ozempic.
I thought this was just like Sharon Osbourne.
No.
I thought this was celebrities.
Oh my God, no. Almost everyone in the valleys is on Ozempic. I mean, my salon alone sells probably 56 a month.
How much is it?
250 it can be, but sometimes on off of 160. It just all depends.
Wow.
Yeah, but because if Ozempic sells out, then you've got Wegovy, Trulicity, Bonjaro. There's so many different ones you can get, and they're all the same thing. It's just different brand names. Yeah, everyone in the Nan is on it in the valleys. Honestly,
Jeez.
they really are. Like everybody is on Ozempic
In
the
do
valleys.
you think in London as well?
You'd be
Probably,
surprised.
yeah. I mean, if they are in the valleys, they are in London. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking fascinating. I was going to ask, I feel interesting you talk about like celebs, those kind of people, the kind of bodies we all aspire to have. Did you have like an ideal, or do you now have someone you want to reach to or aesthetically get to?
Since then, absolutely not. I would never trust an influencer in my life. Sorry, I just wouldn't.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
so fair.
I've seen what they do just for money to lie about somebody. So no, I wouldn't even want to look like them anymore because I don't know. They have like such a bad, like, I got a bad stigma with them, I guess, at the moment. So I wouldn't even want to look like them anymore.
No, of course.
Lauren, do you have like
an ideal?
Yeah.
I mean, I have the people I scroll past on TikTok, and I go that I wish that was me. I wish that was me. And the worst part is, in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, they're so lucky to have that. They're so naturally gifted to have that body. And it's like, realistically, they might have had this surgery, that surgery, and my issue is I just don't have the funds to get that body, rather than being born with it. But yeah, what about you?
Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor, I love her. She's got just a nice sculpted back. Yeah. But you know what? I'll be in the gym. I will pain and go through the pain of pulling them stupid lat pulls until Yeah.
That's actually an interesting point. Did you feel the things that they brought up weren't things that you could achieve in like the gym or like at 21 as well? I feel like you've got so much to go with your body still changing. And
it was just, they said that obviously you wouldn't need to go to the gym. So obviously I was lazy at the time as well. So I was just like, oh, that's amazing. They gotta give, saying that you're gonna go from 18 to a size 6.
Yeah.
You're gonna have big boobs, a small waist, a big bum. You don't need to go to the gym to achieve it. Of course, it's just an easier fix, isn't it? So that was very appealing to me. Yeah, and I was so lazy at the time. I didn't want to go to the gym.
Well, people are doing that nowadays with Ozempic, aren't they? They're like, I'm bored with doing all that other stuff. Just give me something that I can.
It's that instant gratification, ain't it? Just instantly just getting it, and it's like, I've got it now, so I can go about my business.
Yeah, but that was a big downfall for me, was not taking up the gym at the same time as having surgery. So because I kept, obviously I know I was going back and having corrections done, but because I wasn't keeping up in the gym, and I was so depressed, I was still like binge eating, then having the corrections, then binge eating again. Obviously your results ain't gonna be good anyway. So that was also my fault. Like, they do need to teach you that you do need to eat healthy, but the thing over there is, you can have it done, eat what you want, because you've had the life born, you're just gonna stay thin, but it's not the truth.
I was gonna ask, in terms of like your friendship groups, was there any friends that you consulted? Was there any friends that were like, maybe you shouldn't, or maybe you should? Like, how was it for you?
The first time, no, they didn't. It was too quick for it to, it happened far too quick. After about the third time, my friend did say to me, he was like, I think enough is enough. But I remember my friend, he said, and it really upset me at the time. He's like, how does it make you feel that you spend £40,000 and you still look the way you do? And I was just like, oh yeah, that's bad. Like, but it was true. At that point, I spent £40,000 and I was still like 16 stone. I still, needed a lot more work done. It was like severely botched back then. So it was only the truth, but that's when it kind of really hit home, and I was like, wow, I spent all that money and I look way worse than what I've ever looked before in my life.
Jesus. I mean, I know you say botched, which I think is a huge thing in this. What is the recovery of a BBL supposed to look like, and versus what you've experienced?
So you meant to be in like a a faja for about 4 weeks. And you have like your daily massages. And it's just meant to be like a bit painful, like you've been to the gym, you're bruised obviously, and you have the drains taken out. And then it's just pretty much stiff for a few days and you can't sit down on your bum for 2 weeks. It's quite straightforward, to be honest.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Can you still use the bathroom whilst...
Yes,
Okay,
but
'cause
it's hard. You're kind of hovering a bit.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
I can't even do that without BBL. My thighs can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hard.
It,
When you're recovering, it's hard.
yeah. Are there any surprising things that we wouldn't know about the whole process?
So when you have a BBL, because you can't sit down and you need to go for a wee, you have a she wee. So you stand up in peace, you put the cup over and it goes in. It's like a little tube.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to carry that around with you then?
Yeah, everywhere you go, just in case you need to let one out.
So, okay, scenario in my head. I'm at the club, right? And I'm queuing up to go in and have to search my bag. Oh, excuse me, darling.
Yeah, it comes with like a little bag to put it in, but it's also a she-wee on it, so you still know.
No.
But yeah, it'll be in a little clubbing bag going out.
Wow. Okay.
In my clutch.
Yeah, just in the clutch.
I wouldn't recommend going clubbing after a BBL, mind.
Right.
No. Yeah, geez. How, between like recovery that you're going through, are there moments where you get to enjoy normal life between surgeries?
At the very start, I think, before they start, because obviously when you're swollen and stuff, you won't see the true result anyway.
Yeah.
And with me, what I experienced is when stuff starts going wrong, it's around 3 weeks after surgery.
Right.
So that's when stuff starts to open up, infections start to kick in, swelling goes down, so you actually start to see how things are setting in. So for the first 3 weeks, you actually feel all right because you know that you're swollen anyway, so you don't know what you look like, so you're happy. And then it's not until about 3 weeks after then things start to go downhill. You start to think, oh God, maybe I need to change it. But they say to wait 6 months for results.
Okay.
So you keep having your massages because they can help mold you back to a good shape. So if you find a good like massage therapist and do wood therapy, especially if you have lumps in you and stuff, they can get them out. So you can kind of manipulate it.
Right.
But yeah, it's not until about 6 months you'll see the real result anyway.
Do you know what's kind of like, it's just confusing me, not confusing me, I'm a bit shocked, is that because obviously there's the procedure and then there's the aftercare, those that are doing the surgeries, they should actually impose about the aftercare and literally kind of like highlight the responsibility that's coming on afterwards. I feel like the duty of care that they have where they just get it done and go about your business, I think it's out of order.
Yeah,
I'm paying you that big amount of money and you don't want to give me the full, 10 out of 10 service. You need this, or recommend like, stay an extra day or two so we can make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they went and blocked you.
Yeah, they don't care.
They
literally don't care. And I found out the surgeon that is really well known over there, the one that done me the first time, he didn't even do my surgery. He was his assistant. Because my surgery was at 6 a.m. Well, I got to the hospital at 6 a.m. My surgery was scheduled for 9. I went to surgery at midnight because he was doing the girl before me and then 3 girls before that. And my surgery was 7 hours at that point, obviously because so much went wrong. Yeah. And he was starting, so when I come around at 9, after having a bit of a sleep, he was starting somebody else's surgery at 9 a.m. So I was thinking a bit like, well, if you finished mine at 7, supposedly, and you started at midnight, you've only had 2 hours sleep and you're starting a full day again.
Oh my gosh,
But one of his old colleagues told me, because she has a company out there now, she told me that it was his assistant that done it, and he just overseen some and then went home.
Oh, shocking.
Yeah.
Can I ask, from someone that doesn't know much about this, why Turkey? I know price is a big thing, but if you're consistently seeing things like this happen, does it not deter you from doing it there?
I mean, for me, because of the things that have gone wrong, for me, it doesn't deter me because I've got to keep having it done. Over here, they won't fix me. I've tried.
Really?
So, yeah, I've tried multiple times. They don't want to touch it because it's high risk. Right. So, for me, I have to go back to Turkey to keep getting it done. Obviously, you can go to things like Colombia and stuff, but again, that's just far. Yeah. It's long. Yeah. So, I'd rather just go to Turkey and get it fixed. But I think for the appeal over here for people in Turkey, it's just because it's only 4 hours away. Yeah. And the price is just so much cheaper. And I feel like they're very lax on some of the medical conditions that they would probably say no over here with. They would probably say yeah over there. Yeah. Right. So it's just easy access. And I think that's why people love it.
Wow.
Do you know what's so bad? Like, it's crazy because I've considered getting my teeth done, and obviously Turkey just is the place to go for it. And I think I've got 3-4 friends that have done it and it's been amazing for them. Yeah. But then I think for me it's always the what if this, what if that? So I'm a very panicky person. Even though I'm very chill sometimes, but sometimes I can just overthink.
Yeah.
So I think that overthinking part of me talks me out of it.
Yeah.
But with the amount of ads you see, you could think about it, and then all of a sudden your phone is showing you XYZ. You crossing the road and you're seeing like a advert for something. So it's hard kind of battling the research behind it, being scared of doing it, but also because it's always in your face, you're always going to be constantly thinking about it.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with, like, obviously you've done you want to get your corrections done and stuff, but how do you deal with, like, let's say you come across another ad and you're like, oh, should I consider that?
That did happen to me.
Really?
So after I had my son 3 months after, I went up for a tummy tuck, mega liposuction and correction on the BBL. I ended up having my teeth done, that's all I was saying.
Really?
Because of when you're out there, you see all the dentists and they give you such a cheap price. You're just like, oh, well, I've got like a week before my surgery and I'm out here early. I may as well go and get my teeth done. It's really hard. I still struggle with trying not to see other adverts and go for them, to be honest. Yeah.
But even in that, is there not something at the back of your head that's like, what if that goes wrong now?
Yeah.
It's like, do you feel like you're ever going to feel that sense of completion, or you're always going to be chasing something else?
Yeah, I think that's just part of me now, because I've programmed my brain into constantly wanting corrections. It's never going to be perfect. I understand it's never going to be perfect, but it's still so far from perfect. I can't help but keep making myself one more surgery. So it's really hard to find a balance at the moment with just being happy with how I look and still needing more surgery. Like, I just one week you'll ask me, am I going to have it done? I'll say no. I'll say I'm never having surgery done again. And then you'll ask me a week later and I'll say I'm going to have more surgery.
Do you think, would you be, I guess something that's important with this, we don't always talk about the horror stories, I guess, would you be able to talk about the positives that have come out of having these surgeries?
Not trying to smile, you're like, oh well.
There hasn't been many, so it's hard because I've only had one good surgery over there of them all.
Really?
Yeah, every single one's gone wrong.
What was it? What was the?
It was the tummy tuck with the correction BBL. That was everything, and even that went a bit wrong. So I mean,
oh god, best of a bad bunch.
So the best thing actually is teeth.
Okay.
That did nothing went wrong with teeth.
Right. And you also have touched on the fact that you're a mum.
Yes.
And I mean, even talking about the surgeries pre and post becoming a mum, like, how do they even attack that? Like, your boobs obviously change, everything's like, how did they work around that? And do they warn you, like, well, you're not gonna be able to keep doing this if your body is, I don't even know.
No. So I spoke to the company I went to after the baby. I spoke to them whilst I was pregnant, actually, but I knew them before anyway, because she's one who told me about my previous surgeon. So it's her company. She already knew me anyway, and she was just like, yeah, have the baby and then you can come over. It wasn't saying like it's going to be a lot different because I've had the baby. It was just wait a couple of months until some of the hormones have left your body and then you can come over. So I paid my deposit whilst I was pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was pre-planned.
So is that just the dream, to have like a flat tummy, like?
It's just to look normal. Like before, if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have said I still want a big bum. Not as big as I ever went, but I still wanted a BBL bum. I still wanted nice boobs. But now I just want to look normal. Yeah. That's all I want. I'm just so saggy now. But
what's normal?
Yeah.
Just not so much loose skin overlapping itself, especially when it comes to the BBL.
I've got loose skin. Like, that's normal to me. I have to tell myself that's normal versus the perfected versions of bodies I see online. Like, I think
it's just because the loose skin I know is from weight loss and so much liposuction.
Got you.
So that's that, because I was 16 stone having a tummy tuck. I'm now 9 stone. So I've lost 6 stone since having a tummy tuck. Yeah. So now my tummy tuck is loose. So it's just like, oh, now I need another tummy tuck.
Yeah. Can I ask what's your kind of purpose with documenting stuff on social media? The realities of showing surgery?
Yeah, so when I first started my first ever video, I just wanted to show my recovery, because it was the one just after my baby, so I just wanted to show my tummy tuck recovery. But then that's when all the hate started, and that's when it was really intense. But I was also having a lot of people asking me, where do I recommend? Do I recommend this surgeon? So I thought, I could actually help some people if I tell them what I know. So that's when I started. I was messaging them, I was answering questions. But then obviously because all the hate started, I kind of wanted to wind them up a bit. So it became a bit of a game then. Even though that I knew it looked bad, because it pissed them off, I wanted to do it more.
Okay.
So it became more about just wanting to help other people. It became more of just wanting to be a troll, to be honest with you.
Wow.
What would you say is like your most engaged post and why?
When I'm showing the claws on the bum.
Okay.
Definitely, because they love to hate, isn't it? So if they can see the BBL, then they can comment, ew, yuck. God. Stupid little things. So they're always the most engaging, just because.
Is that coming from men or women?
Both.
Wow.
Yeah. And the women are the ones that will show their face too when they hate. The men have always got like a cat or something on their profile picture. Yeah. Or it's not a profile picture at all.
Yeah.
But the women, they're ballsy when they leave a hate comment. They still got their face on there. They don't care.
I can find their LinkedIn.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Find their husband.
I find it not weird, but I find it strange that it's females that hate, because I do feel like maybe it's not hate, but it's one of them, I wish I could get a BBL, or I wish I was in your position type of thing. But then I feel like, especially in society, females, instead of like talking and be like, oh my God, showing concern, it's like it comes out in a hateful, spiteful way. Yeah. But maybe them internally, they want it done, or they wish I was Mama Shan, I wish, do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's interesting that it's hate and it's not like support from like females. Females do better.
Yeah. I know, literally, it's funny because like a lot of the hate is from women. I don't really get too many from men. It's all women. And on a night out, I get women staring at me. And then if we get a bit drunk and they come over and they ask me, is my bum real and stuff, and then like I tell them and I show them some of the photos when it gone wrong, and then they kind of like me because they can see it's gone wrong.
Oh,
so it's quite twisted, isn't it? You can see they're very standoffish to me at the start, but when they see pictures that it's gone wrong and it doesn't look the same as it does in clothes, they're a bit like, oh, unlucky.
Is that a bit of a superiority complex?
It's weird.
Why do you feel the need to show when it went wrong? Do you not feel...
Because I feel that I kind of feel the intensity coming off them, that I know that they don't like me straight away just because of what my body looks like in clothes. So I feel like I got to justify myself. So I'm just like, oh, but it doesn't look like this. It's gone wrong. Yeah. So then, because I don't know, I feel like I'm being judged. So then I'd rather them judge me for it going wrong than judging me thinking that I'm stuck up because I've had surgery, because that's what I get a lot of. So I don't like that because I'm not. So I'd rather them know that it's gone wrong. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess so you kind of document your own journey on your own social media, but you've mentioned that also tabloids have written about your surgery. How have you dealt with the comments from that, where a lot of people in those comment sections are brutal?
Yeah, they were horrible.
And even the writers can twist your story a bit. So
the preface was they contacted me, they've seen my TikToks, and they wanted to share the videos originally about just what I filmed on TikTok. And then when I got speaking to them and they heard how many times I had gone, they were like, oh, okay, can you tell us a bit more, so we can gather up a story about then just making it about a story of BBL's gone wrong in Turkey. So the storyline changed a bit. And she asked me to send them a timeline of photos, like 20 different pictures that they can choose from. Yeah. So that's what I'd done. But some of the photos I sent, I didn't want shown, because obviously the body part where it was, you couldn't hide it anyway. And because I was pregnant as well, I just felt a bit vulnerable. So I said which pictures I was okay with them seeing, just to kind of back up my story, which is why I sent so many. So I sent which ones I was okay with, which ones I weren't. They ended up using the ones I weren't okay with anyway. The bit that they gave me to proofread wasn't the whole article anyway, so I proofread some, obviously. So they've got me saying, it's okay, but it wasn't the whole story. The headline was also different. And obviously I think I've told you before about the comments on there were absolutely brutal, because I was pregnant at the time. I mean, I was 5 months pregnant. They were brutal, saying that they wanted to burn me alive, saying about the plastic dripping off me. Come on, that's the one I get a lot of. That's what everyone always says to me, but it's stupid because it's not much plastic, it's fat, and it's recycled fat. It's not plastic. So it's a stupid comment anyway, which is why I can laugh at it now. But I was pregnant at the time, so it really hurt me. And they were just saying that like they feel sorry for my unborn child, because like I'm going to be the one giving birth to him. And the journalist said that they take well care of ones that are pregnant. They try to make sure that they are not vulnerable but I didn't once get reached out to. They didn't once reach out to me and say, are you okay?
No,
even if they did leave the comments up just asking if I was okay, they knew I was pregnant. I didn't have any of that. They didn't remove any of the comments. They're still there now. So there is no there's no care at all. They use you to print the story, and that's that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But like your family and friends as well, and you say you've got a child, do you worry about them seeing the stuff online? Do they feel like they need to stick up for you?
My parents and my sisters won't look at it, and my brother.
Yeah.
They literally pretend like I'm not even in anything.
Right. Okay.
So they don't like speaking about it at all, because my parents and my siblings don't agree with my choices at all. So it doesn't get mentioned. My body doesn't get mentioned. My surgeries don't get mentioned. And my parents actually only know I've been over twice. So they don't know all the rest that I've been over anyway. So
you just say you're going on holiday?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they know, because obviously they've seen the change, but they like to live in the dark. They don't like to know anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with my sister. My sister's embarrassed. So my sister's getting married next week, and I've been asked to wear a bridesmaid dress, and she said not to wear anything tight. Yeah. So when we go out together, it's always, don't wear leggings, don't wear this, because she's embarrassed to be seen with me, because she knows that we'll get honks or we'll get people staring. God, we'll get the comments.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm out with my sisters, I'm not allowed to wear anything that reveals my body shape in any way.
Do you not go, what if I want to? What?
Yeah, but then I'll just get a silent treatment whilst I'm with them, so what's the point?
Right.
Yeah. And because I'm the youngest, I always lose. So
Yeah.
I'll just take a big jacket all for me,
Yeah.
Just,
But for the £56,000 you spent on the surgery, would you not just want to show it off?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. Yeah, you should want to. But around I've got people that I can do it in front of and people that I can't, and then people that I can't.
Yeah. Can I ask, so you say you're not done with it. Is there anything else you'd like to get done?
Right, okay. So here it goes. I need a thigh lift, I need an arm lift, a back lift, I need my bum cut and lifted, and I need a tummy tuck, and I need my boobs redone.
Right, let's circle back. What's a thigh lift?
The inner skin on the inside of the thigh.
Oh, I want that. I would go for that. Just tuck it in.
Yeah, exactly. Mine just like slap each other when I'm walking. I'm just like
chafing. Oh, I hate a chafe.
Talk's my best friend.
Oh my god, I hate a chafe. Okay.
Yeah, so I need that.
So what were the other ones?
Arm lift.
And
then another tummy tuck and a bum lift. So I don't want any more fat put in the bum. Okay. Because it's gone saggy now. It's big, but it's saggy. There's no fat left in there. I just want to cut and then lift it up, and I'd be happy. I want it back small. I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah. So with trends have been a big thing, and like we've seen the Kardashians go from the big bum down to the small bum.
Yeah.
Is that something you're going to be taking into account?
Probably. Can't lie, probably. Yeah. I just want, to be honest with me, the reason why I want it all gone is because of what I've been through now. Otherwise, if I hadn't, I probably still want it a bit bigger. But yeah, no, I just want it gone now because of what I've been through. I'm just done with the look of it now. Yeah. But I can't lie, if the trends go back up to wanting a big bum again, I probably will fantasize about wanting it, but I can't now.
Yeah.
I've worked too hard to get back, to get it all gone. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to knock that off in your head anyway.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is a big question, but if you could go back to your 21-year-old self that went and sent the full body pic on the WhatsApp, would you go back and not do the surgeries?
No, I'd go back. I would just say, maybe lose weight first. I mean, I should never have been allowed all those surgeries at the way I was. I mean, I'm a tummy tuck at 16 stone. Come on. That's ridiculous. Nobody should ever have approved that. I shouldn't have even have thought that. So I would just say, lose the weight first, start off on boobs, have one thing done. And then if you still desire to have something you've just found out about today, if you still want that.
Bit of research.
Do some research about it. There's so many groups on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
There's so many YouTube videos as well of people going and having it done. Just have a think first. Lose the weight, have one thing done. If you're still happy, then you can go. Don't rush into it, because when you rush into it, things go wrong. Look at me.
And how do you trust who's reputable? And
don't trust influencers for one. I'm sorry, but just don't. You can't. Look, I did, and look what happened to me. I know some of them go to good places, but don't just trust them. They, like I said, they are groups you can look at. There's loads of groups on Facebook and Instagram. All you've got to do is type in XX doll and then the surgeon's name on Instagram, and you'll find their pages who have gone. If you go on Facebook, if you type in the doctor's name, there are loads of communities. Just speak to real life people first. So, you know, some of them will say things have gone wrong, but they might say it's because of their health that they didn't declare or something like that. And you'll speak to other girls that a lot of did go right. So try to speak to as many people as you can, because you might find somebody that has like a similar body shape to you, similar health conditions to you, and then you'll be able to see how that doctor kind of tailored their treatment to them. If they had a certain health condition that you had, how did that doctor handle that health condition? If they have the same body shape, how did he shape that person? So then you can use them as inspo pics then as well, say look, they came to you, they're my inspiration, they have a body like me now, I'd like to have something like you've given them. So it's a lot of things that you could do. Don't rush into things and don't trust influencers. I'm sorry.
I feel like I don't know if it's the last couple months or the last year or so, I've seen, and I kind of want to cover the ultimate dark side of it. I've seen influencers dying from, and this is even influencers, this is not just a normal person, just dying from like a BBL especially. How do you go into these surgeries knowing that's the biggest risk of it all?
That's never on my mind, if I'm honest with you. The biggest thing that scares me is the anaesthetic. I think because obviously they say that like they don't go under the muscle now with the BBL, so it's a lot like safer. Then you think like, oh well, it's very low chance then. So then for me the anaesthetic scares me more. But you do see a lot of people dying, but at the same time you don't know what health conditions they had beforehand, and if they had anything underlying they didn't even know of as well. So we're all quick to say like, oh, it's just because it was done in Turkey, but sometimes it might just be because of whatever health condition they were in anyway. So you can't take it too literal about, oh, is it going to happen to me because it happens to them, or you know, because it's just a luck of the draw, I guess, with anything, even over here though. It's a luck of the draw, even with routine surgery, isn't it? So you've got to try not to think about it. It's hard.
I guess other than death, do you know any other shocking botched surgery stories or people you know that have had something done?
Even in the UK though, her nipple also went necrotic really bad. And she's actually having surgery in a couple of days, but she's going to Turkey to get it fixed, but she had it done off here originally, so it's quite funny, isn't it?
Did it here?
She got botched here, but she's going to Turkey to get it fixed. So
so you can't catch a break, so it's not even just Turkey then, even here.
And they handled it really bad over here as well. She caught sepsis and everything. Really bad. And she paid like 16 grand for those boobs.
Jeez.
Have
you seen, actually, interestingly, over the time you've been getting surgeries, has the cost gone down? Like we had a episode around aging and about how fillers, like, they've kind of been going down in their prices to match the cost of living crisis. Have you seen that in surgeries as well?
Absolutely. Because like now you can get a BBL tummy tuck and boobs for full, so it's gone down by 2 grand anyway. Like when I had a gastric sleeve, I paid 2,000. But the previous price, I think, when my friend went, because I went to a company my friend went to, 2 years prior, they were 3,800. So it's 1,800 off. So that's almost 2 people to go, isn't it? It's like half price. So because so many people are going like teeth. They have gone down massively in price. Like when I was first quoted 6,000, I ended up paying 3,008 for my teeth. So again, it was almost half price. But with fillers and stuff, obviously that's what I do as a job. And in my shop, I've noticed we've had to put the prices down as well because the cost of living, fillers so cheap.
Oh my god! So can you do it on yourself?
I do my Botox and fillers all the time.
Wow. That's the thing. And what's your background? Are you a nurse?
I'm a non-medic.
A non-medic.
I've been doing it for 10. Well, I've been doing microblading for 10 years.
Okay.
And I've been doing lips and Botox for 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that if anything enables you, it's having the needles in the back.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I actually dissolved my lips a few days ago, so they're not too bad. I had some migration going on, but they were a bit minging. But no, it's hard, especially like that's the thing as well, is it being in the surgery world and being in the beauty world, you get a lot of clients that are going over and having stuff done. Even your older clients having their teeth done or having a gastric sleeve. You're constantly about it. Like I've got about at least 20 clients I've had a gastric sleeve. I've got at least 15 that have had their teeth done, whether they're old or young, because like the way they're going into beauty places and they'll probably see someone like me with teeth done, then they'll want their teeth done.
Yeah. But do you
constantly around it?
Yeah, I mean, there was that viral clip of, you know, Molly May when people said that she had too many fillers.
Her, yeah.
As someone that does those injections in people, do you feel you have the autonomy to go, I'm not going to do that?
Yes. So I get a lot of 18-year-olds coming in and I won't let them have it done.
Oh,
I know they're
okay.
old enough.
Like
you've got to, because you don't have their mums ring you up saying, why do you inject my daughter? I know they're old enough, but you still get those mums, especially in the valleys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had stuff done at 18. And I just think, you know, with fillers and stuff, and I ended up going like to 6 mil by the time I was 19. It's a lot of filler in your lips. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly. But it's so easy to get sucked into it, and I got sucked into it because my manager at the time, to work there, you had to have fillers to work there.
No way.
And they were free. Yeah, if you wanted to work there, you had to have it done. Botox and fillers at the age of 18. So it was just wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if I can say no to girls now at 18, then I absolutely will. Yeah.
No, I love that. I feel like we need more people like you, especially because you work in that industry as well. It's like having that duty of care and like kind of understand, like, listen, work from my perspective, what I've been through as well. And I do feel like a lot of places where, let's say, teenagers will go to these aesthetic boutiques and stuff, and they're like, they're just doing it for the money, whereas you're actually doing it for the duty of care. Like, wait a minute, do your research. Do you actually need it? You're literally questioning the client before they actually do something and get sucked in.
Because, you know, if they just have it done, then they're going to come back and then have more done, and then they're going to end up looking ridiculous before their faces even develop properly. When you're 18 years old, they've still got baby faces, haven't they? They're not even 21 yet. So I say to them, like, if you really need it, if you really got small lips, then have 0.5 mil, then wait until you're 21 to have more, because your face is changing so much. Like, your facial structure is still changing, you know, everything is. So I tend to tell them no, definitely. I wish somebody told me no.
Do you see many boys coming in and having
a
fillers
lot
done?
of boys these days.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like even when you said about you've just had your kid and you're already doing a tummy tuck, we hear about mummy makeovers. I'm not seeing many daddy makeovers over here. so yeah, I get someone that does the injectables. You're seeing a lot of.
In the last 2 years, I mean, I've had the salon for 5. So yeah, for the last 2 years, I'd say there's a lot of men coming in for Botox. They come in with their wives. Wow. Their wives are just like, my husband needs to come in and he needs Botox. Please convince him. I'm not telling him.
It's not my job. Thank you.
It's like, if you think he's wrinkly, bring him in. I'm not going to phone him up and be like, your wife told me you're wrinkly. You come into the salon. Like,
that's funny.
An odd phone call. Yeah, a lot of men, especially eyebrow threading. They love eyebrow threading, beard threading. They just want to snap.
Threading?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they like to have like that really white, sharp line around their beard. So they like to have either waxed or threaded. It's painful.
Jesus. I can imagine.
I mean, I'm doing it. I can feel it just snapping out their cheeks. I love it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
But I feel sorry for them at the same time. But yeah. You can feel it on your teeth. You can feel the hairs coming out.
Oh my god. The price of beauty, eh?
Yeah.
The price of beauty. Wow.
Yeah. So I guess, do you have any other things you'd like to talk about in the realm of surgery, or like the realities that you want to bring up?
I would just say at least wait until you're 25 if you're going to have any surgery. If I'm honest with you, again, body's still developing. Your mental health is still developing as well. So I think wait until you're 25 at least if you're going to have anything done. And if you are, maybe speak to surgeons over here, just as consultations. Just have your health checked over here privately, get a full blood count, just check everything. Have a few consultations for £50, £20 over here. See what they say, if they think you're in good health and what they would do. Then go over to Turkey. Then maybe just have consultations over in Turkey, compare the two, then see if you find one you're happy with. I wouldn't say don't have surgery, because I think that's hypocritical of me. But I think just be careful with it. Just take your time. There's just no rush for it. Everyone's in such a rush these days. I'm always in a rush. Everyone's in a rush to have something done because they want to look perfect as soon as they can. But the trend is going to be there for a while. If you're following a trend, just stop. If you touch the ground a bit, and just take your time. That's all.
I am still intrigued about that thigh in the thigh one. So I'll be doing my research. But I just love the perspective you've coming in. It's not all just it's not heavily negative, but also just the sense of like concerned thinking and actually being real with yourself. And I do feel like anyone that's listening, if you are considering as well, like let's just have that moment to kind of like stop. reflect, do your research as you did, and just don't rush.
Exactly.
So I've taken that out of it. I love the fact that you're just so real and honest with it.
Thank you.
100%. And I think another thing is real people, hearing from real people and not influencers, because you're going to be 100 times more transparent about these things versus someone that might be being paid to say the thing they're saying.
So this is the part of the podcast where we play Don't Spill the Tea, where you spill the tea and we try not to. I'm looking forward for this one.
Oh yeah, we've got a special guest. So
special guest, let's do it. So let's take a sip, ladies.
Okay.
Okay, ready? My boyfriend of 2 years walked in on me masturbating to Minecraft Steve. I get turned on by Steve from Minecraft. It wasn't until 2 weeks ago I saw Minecraft fan art on Twitter and they drew Steve looking so hot. So I began masturbating to him. I was embarrassed, so I kept it to myself. This went on for about 2 weeks, but last night my boyfriend walked in on me doing it. There I was, legs spread out, jerking off to Minecraft Steve on my TV. It's now the next day and he seems to not want to talk to me about what happened last night. He's been avoiding me all day and I don't know what to do.
Isn't Minecraft like pixels?
I was gonna say, ain't Minecraft like Roblox as well?
It's Roblox, not roadblocks.
Roadblocks,
Grandma.
Roblox.
Minecraft Steve.
That's a rectangle.
What is so sexy about that? That would have turned me on.
I love your square head. I love how the corners look to me. That's wild.
That's strange.
Wild.
Wow.
Weird one.
Love it.
Into that. All right, let's go again.
Okay, yeah, re-sip. I had a huge poo, which made my eyes water. And I came out of the bathroom, my boyfriend thought I'd...
I'm gonna talk.
Sorry.
She's good. Sorry. Oh, that's so
This is why they film it at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it makes more sense to do it at the end because in the beginning we'll be like, yeah, guys, we convened in 2 hours.
Okay.
I hadn't even got to the end of that one either.
What's the line? What's going to follow?
The end was...
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll start it again anyway. I had a huge poo, which made my eyes water. I came out of I'll do that again. I had a huge poo, which made my eyes water. I came out of the bathroom and my boyfriend thought I'd been crying, so he spent the rest of the day spoiling me.
It went back. It went back and then forward. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's incredible.
So all I got to do is just cry for you to spoil me.
I'm sorry, but I literally deep-throated the water.
He's just getting some
Tissue.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
Yep. Refill. Okay. I had sex with a guy that was so shy and vanilla. He wouldn't even take his shirt off while we were having sex. Just some spooning that turned into sex. He never changed it up. He would get so discombobulated if I tried to take control. He didn't want to come in my mouth or on my stomach, so he came in a plant. He would say he was about to come and ask where, and I'd tell him all the places, but his response to all of them was, I feel bad. So he ran over to a plant.
Oh my god.
Who's to say the plant wants your semen?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're clogging the pores. You're clogging the pores of the plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Literally.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I guess he's fertilizing, right?
That was
There you
good.
go.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Why a plant?
Honestly.
I mean,
So if I didn't have a plant in my room, so you're going all the way downstairs to go and
Oh no.
goodbye.
not his
Jesus.
stomach, not his mouth, nothing but the
Plant.
Yeah. It's not easy to grow plants these days either. It's not. My monster in the corner, violating
I
it.
just spent ages growing one.
Literally.
Dies.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
You'd be devastated, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love
Horrible
orchids.
story.
Imagine if you just come to my orchid.
Oh,
I will kill
that's a
you.
twisty one.
Literally, yeah.
That's
Oh.
top brush all that out.
Literally.
What's this podcast come to? What if he comes on my orchids? Brilliant. Great. Top content. Okay.
Okay.
Go.
I'll do another one.
Mm.
One time, my ex and I were having sex. I was in the missionary position.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, he shrieked and batted away at whatever was behind him. Apparently, the chihuahua that I was dog sitting decided to come up and lick his balls while we were having sex.
Why is the chihuahua in the room? Why is the dog in the room?
Yeah, that's horrific.
Do you not go to take the dog out?
Oh.
Exactly, lock the door. Oh, chihuahua. Literally.
Woof.
What the hell?
Horrible. Well, Shan, thank you for playing Don't Spill the Tea with us.
Thank you for having me.
Love it. And being an incredible guest, honestly.
Honestly.
You've been so honest and, dare I say, raw.
Yes.
That's the right word. And I think this has been a really enjoyable conversation.
Yeah,
right?
it's been absolutely
Thank
fun,
you.
so insightful, and we're just happy that you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
Through
as
all
well.
that
Thank
you've done,
you.
we're happy that you're here. So,
Yeah.
and do come back.
Yeah, I
Do
will.
come back.
I will.
Yeah.
This is my new seat.
Yes, I
Third-
love
third
that.
host. If you guys have any questions around Shan's experience or just have any questions at all, you can email us at tea@4@junglecreations.com or you can DM us on Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, all the realms. We'd love to hear them and we'll try to get them answered. But yes, thank you for joining us this week.
Thank you.
And we will see you next one.
Bye.
We'll see you next one. We'll see you on the next one.
They know you.